Hey guys, WhiteFox1225 here. Today we're going to be doing a video on the Daedric princes in Elder Scrolls Online. Daedric princes are, I think a lot of people like them. I think a lot of people like them more than Divines, which is kind of weird. But it's definitely, Daedric princes are definitely a favorite. And it's definitely going to be a big part of Elder Scrolls Online. Daedric princes are always a big part of the Elder Scrolls games. So we're gonna be going through the Daedric princes one by one and saying what their role is gonna be, their confirmed information about them, and then later on in the video I'll go into some speculation and what I'd like to see from the Daedric princes. So the first Daedric prince, and probably the one that's going to be most important in Elder Scrolls Online, is Molotov Ball. Now if you guys know anything about the main story in Elder Scrolls Online, you know that Molotov Ball is really the center of it. He's trying to bring the Tamriel into his realm of Cold Harbor, and using dark anchors to literally pull Tamriel into his realm, which is cool. And so I think we're definitely gonna have a lot of confrontations with Molotov Ball. We'll definitely probably meet him. He'll definitely be a huge part of this game, and I think that was a good choice just because he is really the pure evil Daedra, and I think it was a good choice for sort of the evil force in Elder Scrolls Online. So now let's go on to Hircine. So obviously Hircine is the Daedra of werewolves and the hunt. Since you can become a werewolf in Elder Scrolls Online, I would assume that maybe if you do that, you have some sort of contact with Hircine, maybe right when you become a werewolf. I would assume that you meet him, so I definitely expect to see him in the game, especially if you turn into a werewolf. So now let's go on to Sithis. So Sithis is obviously sort of leads the Dark Brotherhood, and was worshipped by the Dark Brotherhood, so he's definitely going to play a huge role in the Dark Brotherhood questline. Keep in mind that it's not going to be out until after launch, as it's going to come out as some post-launch content, and we're definitely going to see Sithis being worshipped in Black March, since most Argonians worship him. So again, I would definitely expect to see Sithis as one of the main Daedra in this game. So now let's move on to Malakoth. So Malakoth is obviously worshipped by the orcs. He's sort of the Daedra of the orcs. So especially when you're in Orgrimmar, I would definitely expect to see a lot of worship of him. Maybe even do a couple quests. I know there's a quest in Skyrim with an orc stronghold that had you doing a quest with Malakoth. So I would definitely expect to see a lot of involvement with him in the game. Like I said, especially in the Daggerfall Covenant area. So now let's talk about Sheregrath. So Sheregrath is obviously, he's a big fan favorite. Lots of people love him, and he's a really cool Daedra. He's the Daedra of Insanity. He has a really cool story behind him, but I'm not going to go into that. But I would definitely expect to see a quest from him, just because he's such a favorite among the community. I would be so shocked if they didn't put in some sort of quest. So I would definitely expect to see maybe even like a couple quests connected to each other, but at least one quest with Sheregrath. I would definitely expect to see that. So moving on to Nocturnal, she's obviously the sort of Daedra of the Thieves Guild. I would definitely expect to see at least a lot of mention of her in the Thieves Guild. Maybe you'd get to meet her, but we already met her in Skyrim, so I would be okay if we didn't actually have contact with her, but I definitely would expect to be her. At least hear her name in the game and some mention about her. I don't know if we'll actually get to meet her. We might, but we'll just have to wait and see. So that's pretty much all the confirmed ones. Maybe not confirmed, but what I really expect to be in the game. Another Daedric prince I'd like to see in the game is Sanguine, just because I thought his quest in Skyrim was so funny. I'd also like to see like a Namir cult one. That was one of my favorite. It was like a small faction in Skyrim, but I actually really liked it. I thought it was actually really cool. So, talking about Daedra, you're going to have a lot of contact with Daedra in the Fighters Guild, because obviously the Fighters Guild fights Daedra. So I don't know if you'll actually have any contact with Daedra princes. You'll definitely be fighting Daedra, but I would guess maybe you'd have some contact with Daedra, since you are fighting them, and that's cool. I don't know which ones are going to be involved. Other than that, I expect to see Daedric princes in side quests. We already heard about a side quest where you go through some ceremony and then finds out that you were sacrificed as like a Daedric sacrifice, and I'm sure at the end you meet some sort of Daedric prince. I don't know which one, but I'm sure we'll see other ones in side quests. There's This is like a lot more than I mentioned. There's actually 16, and they also mentioned, which is really cool, that they might add like new Daedric princes, or we might find out about new ones that we didn't know about before, which is super awesome. I'm really excited for that because, like I said, I love Daedric princes, and just new additions to the lore always excite me. So I'm really excited about that. So if you liked the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to see more Elder Scrolls Online videos, make sure you subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.